Well, hello, friends of Golf Course Quality Fertilizer. Well, it's October, and so we're well into the fall, but boy, the weather sure doesn't feel like fall, does it? It's been warm and it's been dry. Thank goodness we got that couple of inches a few days back there. But I want to let people know that as we start to come into fall like this, there's some things we need to kind of watch out for in order to help improve our turf, right? And the main thing is changing our watering practices. And that's not because it's not warm and it's not dry, but because of the amount of sunlight that we have each day. That actually changes things quite a bit as far as what the turf is doing. It signals to it, hey, I want to start to take my energy and now work it down into my roots. And so when we do water, we want to make sure we get a nice heavy watering. And so once it's hit September 21st and it's become the fall, we want to make sure that we go and we change our irrigation system up just a little bit. No more Monday, Wednesday, and Friday watering. I'd rather see you do like a Monday, Thursday, or just a Monday, right? And this all depends on the lawn and how it handles and stuff. But what we want to do is we want to make sure we're doing a nice deep watering at that point in time. We want to actually go at maybe even, normally we're doing these hour and 15 minutes per zone, which gives us approximately a ½ inch per watering. I'd like to shoot for more like a 3/4 inch watering and just do it once, maybe twice in a week, right? That way we can keep that surface drier and we can make sure that we get that soil saturated below the roots. At least an inch below the roots is what we're trying to target. I know that's hard to try to figure out, well, what does that actually mean with my particular yard? But you want to get a good saturation. And then you want to wait for a while. So those roots actually, because we have longer nights, even though the temperature is still nice and warm, we actually have 3.5 less hours of sunlight, which changes a lot of stuff. I mean, because you got to think of it, sunlight is food for grass and other plants, right? And so now all of a sudden they're getting a lot less food per day, and that's changing their habits of growth and changing what they're doing. And so if we do this deep watering, then we're gonna have roots that are gonna now chase after water because now all our energy is focused towards root growth, and we're gonna get a big advantage in this type of season. October is such an important month, right? And everybody's rushing off to shut that irrigation and blow it out for the winter. And be ready to do that, but the odds that it's going to get cold enough to freeze deep enough to break an irrigation system anytime now in October, it seems like it's pretty rare. If you notice that our November 1st application is no longer November 1st. If you look at your sticker on the bag, it now says November, because there's been so many seasons now where the soil temperatures, they don't get all the way down to 45 degrees until well into November. And in order to utilize urea like we do as our winterizer, we need our soil temps to be at 45 degrees. That way it's focused on a particular growth time of that turf in order to affect the roots and the carbohydrate storage in those roots, right? And so now things are kind of moving along a little bit slower in the fall, and that's good and bad, right? With these warmer temperatures, if you are overwatering, you're probably going to notice you're going to get a lot of rust. Rust is a disease that loves October because if we get those warm, long nights, we got a lot longer temperature of that turf surface staying wet, or a lot longer time of that turf surface staying wet. And so now we're being susceptible to rust and things like that. So if you're seeing some of those things, know that I need to change my irrigation system when we hit fall. Maybe even make a little note on your calendar to change out your irrigation during that time. Is there anything else you can think of, Rachel? Besides, seems like we're getting a lot more warm days running into the fall, right?
Yeah.
And yep, so make sure you're doing deeper than normal and way longer times before you go between it. We've been doing really good. I haven't watered but once since that 2-inch rain. I have had to water, but I've only done it once. The turf is handling it pretty good. So you might have to mow it a couple extra times. I know I have to mow a little bit quicker now. The fert's really kicking in and really doing good. We're up for mowing tonight, so.
So
yeah.
I did have a question.
Okay.
If they haven't put their September 1st out.
Oh yeah.
Too late?
It's never too late to do that, especially right now. I mean, we're going to get to a point, it's going to be too late, right? In about a couple more weeks, it's going to be probably too late to do your September 1st application, right? Your summer recovery. But you can still get it down right now, especially since that November might not go down till mid or end of November before that winterizer goes down. So you got plenty of time for it to work between those two. I would still do it if I haven't done mine yet. Same with the freehand. I'd be getting that down too, even if I haven't. Matter of fact, I have seen some winter annuals already starting to grow. But I would still apply that in those areas to stop any others from the spring and all that. So yeah.
Okay. Can I still spray for weeds?
Oh man, October is the best month to spray for weeds. Yeah. Yep. We know that.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Great.
And then we have one more thing, don't we? Talking about something special we got going on for our customers.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so make sure you send in your pictures for the best lawn contest. And also don't be afraid to send in most improved pictures as well, right? Send in an old picture that you had of your lawn and what it looks like now that you've been on the program for 2 or 3 years, or maybe even 1 year, to see if there's a difference. Don't be afraid to send those pictures in too.
Yeah.
Make sure you send in pictures. We've only gotten 5 entries so far. Tomorrow's the last day for us to receive those, and then everybody's going to be voting on them, right? And so don't worry if it's not a good picture or you don't think it's going to qualify. Just send in a picture. It's fun to see your yards anyways.
Yeah, we like seeing the improvements.
Yes, we do.
We do.
Awesome. Yeah. All right. Thanks for reminding me of those things, Rachel. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Have a great day, and I hope you watch this video.